Welcome back to the Authentic Living Show here on 94.9 FM and AM 950 The Word. I'm Courtney Shaw. We're continuing our summer series called The Summer to Serve, and we've had some special guests in the studio today with us. We've had Alison and Krisztina with CECO. It's an incredible program right here in Central Florida that helps families with children with special needs. And we've learned so much about all the amazing things that they provide there, different ways that you can volunteer right here in the community and make an impact in the lives of families that have to go through different struggles on a day-to-day that most of us don't even take into consideration. So we're excited to have Krisztina here all the way from Hungary, although she has been here in Central Florida for a while. Krisztina, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of the intense therapies that you do provide and what sets you apart from other centers that are here in the country?
So conductive education is an educational methodology teaching skills that typical children learn automatically. Mm-hmm. So for those they are born with some sort of motor disability or neurological disorder, they have difficulties to learn those skills, such as just like rolling over, crawling, sitting up, walking, brushing their hair, feeding themselves, and I can continue the list. So the methodology is basically teaching them how to do these tasks in daily basis. The school or the center that we provide the program in is really focusing on their abilities. Mm-hmm. We provide one-on-one assistance for them to take them out from their adaptive chair, from their adaptive equipment, and making sure that every single teachable moment is being used during the day. In the school day program, for example, the students are coming in at 8:15, and right away we have a schedule for them to use the skills that they learned in the previous day. It is very important for give them the time so they can actually practice the skills. So, for example, if they need 15 minutes to get from point A to point B, that is built in their schedule. Usually other centers or schools don't have this flexibility. Mm-hmm. So it is really important that we provide this time for them.
And it takes patience. I mean, it takes patience and persistence. And I think anything worthwhile, it takes time. And I think, again, having an environment like this where you all can make specialized care for each child and create a schedule for them that will allow them to take what they learned from the day before and progress it into the next day. I'm sure that's where over time, it doesn't happen overnight, but over time you're seeing miraculous results.
It does take time and lots of repetition, lots of repetition.
And I think that's a lesson for all of us, right?
Learning never stops. Learning never stops. We do have an individual came from UK for this summer camp. She's 45 years old.
Wow.
And then she had done conductive education in the past 20 years, and she's still doing it because it's so important for her. She says if she stops for a week, then she doesn't really have the strength to do as much as she was able to do before. And as she is aging, she needs more and more practice. So it's very important when we are providing a program, we are looking at as a lifelong condition. Learning doesn't stop, developing doesn't stop at certain age. So it's very important that what we provide, it covers the whole lifespan. So we do have a youngster program where we teach the parents how to maximize their child's abilities at home. Our school day program runs from August to May, and we provide academic and conductive education together, combined together. We are teaching the students not only how to move around, but we're teaching their math skills, writing skills, reading skills. We do have after-school program for those they need something more, even if they are participating in the conductive education program or they are in a public setting and they want to come in for a 2-hour session twice a week. We provide part-time adult program for those they are older than age 22. And then we do have the Parkinson program. We just recently started that program, and it is very popular already.
That's incredible. Well, Alison, I mean, it's amazing really that you provide everything from the cradle all the way to the full lifespan of somebody that is struggling with this. And I think it's a really good parallel for anybody that even is quote unquote healthy is that our learning process never stops. And that if we aren't intentional, right, Alison, about just the day-to-day routines, I think there's so much to be said about consistency over time, getting the desired results that we want in any area of life. If that's, building a business, if that's taking your child through a sports program. But what I love is that just the intentionality and the detail and the specificity, but you've not really left anyone out that is struggling with a different disability. So, Alison, I want to talk a little bit about some of the success stories too, because obviously you're talking about something that's very intense. It's a long-term commitment. And sometimes it's the littlest of things that you see these results are just miraculous because it's such a breakthrough even for a child to pick up a pencil and to be able to hold it and then to start to write with it. And so what are some of the testimonies that have really touched your heart specifically?
Oh, well, this past year as the year was ending, we had a little girl in our red classroom where in the beginning of the year, she was doing great. But by the end, literally with 1 or 2 days left, I saw her special education teacher almost start crying. And I said, Lo, what's wrong? And she said, It's not wrong. She just fed herself for the first time.
Wow.
She was able for the first time independently to pick up the spoon and feed herself. And as a mother, you take that for granted when your child is otherwise healthy and doesn't have a disability. And so that kind of success is unreal. Or think about having to have your child at age 10 in a special chair to be fed. Think about what it would mean for them to be at CECO learning how to sit up independently and to feed themselves.
That's incredible.
That transition of going from a large size high chair to sitting up and being able to feed themselves is night and day. And so those things take time, but when it happens, it's unreal. I've been part of transformative moments in healthcare, but this is way beyond moments. It's life-changing.
And it's not just life-changing for the children or the adults that are going through the program, but the family members, the volunteers, the people that work there. I mean, it's those little miraculous moments that remind you of the why.
It's the heart.
Yeah, it is the heart. And the heart has to be there and the why has to be there because the reality is the day-to-day is the struggle. It's the difficult when you all are in the trenches. You're working with these children, especially you, Krisztina. You're working there one-on-one. I mean, and just that intense look in your eye and just that coaching these children not to give up, that they can do all things through Christ who strengthens them, and they can find supernatural strength to be able to overcome the most difficult obstacles. And so to hear something as simple as that is truly profound and it's powerful.
And what's even more special is that you would never know it's the trenches. It is the happiest place you've ever walked into. Every single staff member, from the time you walk into the door till you leave, the assistants, these college students who are training to become, say, physical therapists or occupational therapists, the smile on everybody's faces and the heart of CECO is incredible. And so you have to see it to understand it. And it's a beautiful place.
Well, and that's why I want to encourage our listeners to just commit that time to even go out to a breakfast, a volunteer breakfast coming up right on July 20th.
Yes.
It's going to be at the center. Kiki's of Winter Park has generously donated the breakfast. And so it's just a time just to come and see and experience and see if God's leading you to serve or support or volunteer in that area. And I think it's just important to expose these great resources. And it's really a miraculous center. We've had our good friends with the Orlando Union Rescue Mission on multiple times. And it's truly a transformation station. It's not just about, giving somebody a hand out, but it's a hand up. You're literally empowering these people to take their life back. And even with every, flick of the wrist or little things that add up over time that are huge milestones for these people. And you all get to be a part of that on a daily basis. And I know it's got to confirm why you've been called to do this in the first place. So, Krisztina, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of just the general programs that you all provide again for families that might be listening today that are searching for a program and are in desperate need?
If anybody is searching for the program, then we can provide a free assessment for them.
Wonderful.
So they just need to call the center or go on our website and fill out the application form. We serve individuals with neurological disorder, motor disability. There are several diagnosis that we cannot work with, but we have to do the assessment first to determine. It's really a one-on-one decision. We have to see the child or the adult or the individual to make the decision that this program is actually beneficial for that family or for that child or for that individual. And then after the assessment is done, then we're going to decide which program is going to work for that individual. Is basically based on the age, based on what the family is searching for. Maybe they are looking for something different, not the group setting. Maybe they are looking for individual program. Maybe they just need something very short every afternoon or twice a week. So based on the age, the diagnosis, and the family needs, then we are going to decide which program that we are going to offer to the family or for that individual.
That's wonderful that you all provide that free consultation. And again, Alison, what's the information for the center that everybody can go and find out more details?
So our website is CECO, CECO.org. And our phone number, if you'd like to give us a call, is 407-671-4687. Again, that's 407-671-4687. We're located right next to Full Sail University on South Cimarron in Winter Park.
Incredible. Well, ladies, it has been just so encouraging. It's been so educational just to learn about all the amazing things that CECO does provide and to learn about the heart of the founders and that even like Alison, when you were saying during commercial break, that they're just still so involved. Even though their child is now in their 20s, they are still so involved in the day-to-day operations in the heart and making sure that mission and that vision is seen out right here in Central Florida, and I'm sure worldwide as well. So, ladies, thank you so much for joining us today on the Authentic Living Show. I'm going to make sure we have all the links up on our Facebook page. You've got some incredible videos that I want to share as well, and I know there's so many wonderful testimonies that are right there on your website. So I want to encourage all of our listeners to go and check that out as well.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Krisztina, thank you for joining us as well. Well, this is Courtney Shawn. You've been listening to the Authentic Living Show here on 94.9 FM and AM 950 The Word. Make sure to check out our most recent podcast at AuthenticLivingShow.com. Now it's time for you to go find your authentic voice and share it with the world. Have a blessed day.